There was an absolute embarrassment of a press conference today. I'm going to go Matt, Caleb, Cody, and then I'm going to have him end it. Truly interested to hear his final take on what the Bills were, what they were trying to accomplish.
I think this over the weekend just broke the Bills on every level you can think of. Like, they're imploding and self-destructing so bad right now. Sorry, Drewski, but that organization is just becoming a complete disaster. From the loss to firing Sean McDermott, promoting Beane, and then bashing a receiver who's still on your roster right now, saying, oh, we didn't even want him anyway. That was the coaches. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you guys doing here?
Caleb, I want to get your thoughts on the Bills.
I just want to say that is the softest thing I have ever seen from a man. Not only football related. That's just soft, dude. Like, you're deflecting stuff onto a 21, 22-year-old, something like that. That's just so disrespectful overall. Like, if you make a decision, you need to stick with it. If it's good, if it's bad, like, you got to live with the consequences, right? And for the way they handled that press conference, like, they're grown men, that they're superiors to Keon, and you're talking about a inferior like that. That's just so disrespectful. And I agree with Matt. Really, I think that will go into the locker room. I would not be shocked if Keon requests a trade or demands a trade at this point. I mean, I was really disappointed overall. Like, just how you carry yourself. Like, you should not carry yourself like that as a man. I think it's just really soft.
This whole thing is a crazy mess, and it does not look great for Buffalo, all things considered. Now, Josh Allen's going to have to talk about this in the media. Coleman, poor guy's going to have to talk about this. Everybody else is going to have to talk about this rather than, hey, how can we build upon next year to be right back in the hunt as we should be with potentially a new head coach, some new players. Now we're talking about how toxic this organization is. And I think this is the start of the downfall for the Bills, unfortunately.
But here's my thing. Caleb, you mentioned it. You threw a current player on the roster under the bus. That's the biggest issue with all of this. You didn't keep it in-house. You publicly did it. And, like, you don't even feel shameful. Like, there was no remorse or any, like, oh, crap, I let that slip. You just rode with it and, like, just threw him under the bus. Now you got to think, if I'm a coach, do I want to go there? If I'm a free agent, do I want to go there? If I'm Josh Allen, do I want to get Keon Coleman, team up and request a trade with them? Why would Josh Allen want to stay there? You're throwing dudes under the bus. Like, nah, I know I'm the star quarterback. You're never going to say something like that about me, but you're making my job harder now by not giving me a roster, by throwing these young dudes under the bus. We talk a lot about Cincinnati being terrible because they don't know how to, like, pay their players and, like, they're greedy. This is 1,000 times worse.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing, and you didn't expect this from the Bills, right? We thought the Bills were kind of one of the classes of the league, right? Year after year, they seem to do things right. And Matt, this loss broke them. You know, you've mentioned, Denver broke Cam Newton in the Super Bowl from that one play. Well, now you guys have broken an entire organization. They don't know how to operate. I mean, I love Josh Allen. I think we all know that. But they're not going to have another winning season. Plain and simple. Not with that. We always say it starts at the top. And at the top, not only the toxicity, the accountability. If your leadership doesn't have accountability, how the hell is the coaching staff and how the hell are the players?